It's your girl, Trending Señora, Kingdom Come. Subscribe to the YouTube, comment, like, share. We're going to do the book of life today. I need a topic. I'm going to untwist my hair because it's just getting dry and it's coming to loose, so I'm going to have to retwist it anyway, like the whole thing from scratch. I think I'm just have to wash it. But I'm going to wear my afro for a couple of days. I don't know how long the curl's going to last. I wonder if I should spray it while I untwist it and see if the curl will stay, because the spray have whole stuff in it. Hold on. This spray got like a whole compound in it that I made. So let me see. Instead of moisturizing it. I'm gonna moisturize it and spray it. I got this can too. Okay, so book of life today. All right, now today I'm gonna talk about, like, don't let what other people's opinions say deter you from doing what you're doing. All right? Because I was watching this man. He had a master course on TikTok, and he was saying how, like, your friends and family, sometimes they don't understand, like, this spiritual stuff that I'm talking about. Like, they program and condition a certain way, but I'm the new programming. Queen ENT, the new programming, right? So I'm the new programming. And mind you, I don't talk to my friends and family about this. I don't even talk to, like, the guys that I'm suiting, even though I haven't suited nobody in a long time since the nigga on the stroll. I don't even talk to my suitors about this because it's too deep for them. I know that. And I do make my content for the community. But these same motherfuckers that this shit is too deep. Excuse me, I gotta learn to stop cussing, y'all. And I was doing so good because I got back into my reading and stuff. And I stopped cussing for a good long time. And then I started messing with the ninja on the stroll. And then he got me cussing up a storm. I don't know why I got this curse, but I guess maybe my spiritually I'm supposed to be cursing them for bringing him to me. I think that's what that is. That's spiritual warfare. All that cussing I'm doing, like I'm cursing all the spirits on that entity, because there are multiple entities using that vessel. And you know that's spiritual warfare every time you sleep with somebody. So, and I told you, in this realm, you don't know who you sleeping with, because like it's like all the bodies that's on them, it get on you. And because I'm spiritually royal high priestess, I'm high ranking now. Now, this wasn't before. Now, if you would have caught me this time 5 years ago, it wouldn't have been the same. Like, my mind would have been stressed. I would have been gaining weight, overeating, like, can't move, don't want to work out. Because spiritual warfare is heavy. It attacks my body heavy. But since I meditated and I isolated for over 5 years before I started courting again, because I did that, I was like I had a full armor. I had protection, spiritual protection, mental protection, physical protection. I had a force field on me this go round. I had a heavy force field on my body. And mind you, this guy, I could tell, I just liked his personality because he came correct at first. He came correct. But you know, like I said, when they find out who I am, it's like my team, I have a spiritual team, right? Spiritual and physical team. I'm a big gangstress. I ain't gonna lie. I can't sugarcoat this. I don't try to gloat about it because it ain't nothing to gloat about, because it's heavy on you. It's heavy on your mind, body, and spirit. People want to joke about, I'm the big gangster, I'm this and that. Like, people don't know the meaning of being a big gangster. They don't. They think this shit is a joke. Like, they think it's like a movie. Like, they want to be John Gotti and shit like that. You know. They want to be Al Capone. Y'all don't know what that shit mean until it happens to you. You don't know nothing about that. Like, real gangsters move in silence. But I gotta tell you for y'all to understand what I'm saying. So when you rank like that, you got a whole, like, army behind you, right? And because I don't meditate and took my time to work on my mind, body, and spirit, my army heavy. My spiritual army is heavy. My coat is heavy, and this is like an armor that I have of protection. So, you know, I know how to read people very well, very well. So I could tell the guy was feeling me at first, but then my army came and scoped his ass out. They came and scoped him out and scared him shitless. So then when he came around, you know, I work, you know, I'm darkness and light, right? So demons work for me every time I go. So the demons, of course, I got my spiritual army, which include my demons. So of course the demons gonna go over there and whisper in his ear, tell him to do all the stupid shit he does. So he calls me out the blue. Should have known, because my demons wanted to get at his ass and everybody he was working with. So like these ninjas, they think they invincible. Like they think they gonna come over here and play, scam me. Like I said, they be trying to hit licks. So they be like, okay, and these mother truckers think they invincible. They think they invincible. Oh, they think, oh, she's easy bait. And I think my demons be setting them up for this. Like my demons be in these motherfuckers' ear, in these people's ear, beings. They be in their ear hyping them up to do this. I know that because my demons work for me every time I go. They hype them up to do this dumb shit they do. And it's really to humble them. See, they think I'm the one's humbling them. I say, nah, my demons humbling you. Because what they do is go over there. They hype you up. Oh, yeah, she sucker. She an easy lick. Go on over there, mess with her, play with her. Like she's something easy to play with. This an easy lick. You can get this and this off her. Right? So they tell them this. So they come test the waters. They come play in my face. And I tell you, I guess because I don't say it like, I don't have to yell at you, curse you out to tell you. I just simply calmly tell you what it is. I tell you, like, this is the agenda. I'm spiritual ranked. I'm royal. I say it just calmly. Like, you can't play in my face now because I know everything. I know everything. I know everything you about to do, what you're thinking about doing. I already know. I tell you up front. But they were like, okay, she's a joke. Because I don't sit here and gossiped about her to all these bums. These lame, these girls, these women, or whatever they are. Because I don't think they women no more. They gossip to these lames, meaning deaf, dumb, and blind. They don't have nothing. These nothing ass bitches. They gossip with these nothing ass bitches who already on demons. Like my demons put these nothing ass bitches on assignment. These bitches don't know this though. They just thinking like, like I say, my demons play with them. Like my demons tell them like, oh, she a sweet lick, this and that. So these bitches get beside themselves and think they superior to me. And they try to bully me, harass me, and then they'll use the ninja to do it. Been there, done that. Been doing this my whole life. Told you they've been after me since I was a baby. So I already know what time it is. And I'll tell you, my demons work for me every time I go. So I really do believe my demons be using these opportunities to hit lick on them. See, what they think they're going to do to me is really being done to them. See, this is how that game go. And a lot of y'all watching going to be like, okay, it makes sense now. Now, after y'all don't try to play in my face and my demons don't came after you and your whole bloodline, and now you see like, okay, we just got scammed. We got scammed. We was trying to scam her and we got scammed. That's how that game go. But I warned the boy, and of course he thought I was something to play with, So so I be telling them like, I already know what time it is or whatever. So damn, what was I getting at? I was trying to tell y'all the story. But yeah, I be telling y'all like these, I ain't nothing to play with or whatever. I ain't nothing to play with. Stop playing in my face. And you will find out. You will find out. So I said all that to say is like, he tried to come play in my face. And I seen this post. I guess this what got me on this rant. I had seen this post about men trying to test you. Men will test you to see if you're the jealous type. And if they find out that you're the jealous type, they'll use that to puppet and manipulate you. So that I didn't know men test you. I know men play mind games, but I didn't think it was the test. I know that's what they're doing, but they know me. I be honestly thinking they know me. I guess after they talk to the witches or whatever, they think I'm something to play with, right? So they really don't know me. But I always repeat, I always say this, like, this is something I lay down the law. Every guy I talk to from the very beginning, I say, I ain't one to manipulate. I don't want to hear about your other, because I know this game. Women will use the men to get at me. So the whole time I'm thinking, this ain't a test. I be thinking like the men are set up by the women to come get at me. So the women can like just heckle you for attention. Because they be riding your coattail for attention. But these are just booby traps for all of them involved to get hit, like to get wiped. And that's what that be. But this girl made this rant talking about men want to test you. I say, how you gonna test somebody and you ain't even got nothing your damn self? For one. And then for two, I know these things ain't a test because you do it multiple times. Like this guy, he was a womanizer. And I've had a womanizer before, long ago. Long ago. My daughter's father was a womanizer. And I ain't peep it then, but now that I saw the plays that this boy was doing, I said, okay, this is what he was doing. Because it's one thing, like, to, value a woman. See, one thing I like, if you value the woman's, like, abilities, not just her body, but everything, like, he would be like, oh, she's so fine. Like, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I like that. That's my little baby there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I like her too. She did X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm going to give you the background on why I like her. Because I like her talent. I like the movies she played in. I'm going to get the depth of it. Because I be talking one thing about me. I'll talk to you like you one of my homegirls for real. You my boyfriend. So, to me, I just be talking. Like, I be tagging along. I be like, oh, yeah, because I like her too. Because she's a good actress. Or I like her. She a good singer. I like her album like that. But he sees, okay, so he'll try that, right? So he seen that wasn't working. So, and this before I peep the play. See, I'm just thinking he's talking. I'm not thinking in between the lines like this. Not yet until he keep it pushing. And then he goes on to keep on womanizing her. Like he don't value her attributes. He begins to talk about her body and what he'll do to her. I don't say anything. And it's not because, I wasn't thinking like, okay, might be a test for jealousy. I wasn't thinking like that at all. I was just thinking he was a womanizer because I'm like, he does this with every woman who comes on the TV. So I didn't argue with him because one thing about me, I noticed like men don't understand that concept of not being a womanizer because men just use women for their body, right? Or whatever they want to get out of them. I don't think they use them for their body. I really don't think men care about the woman's body. It's like the body tell you what the woman can do for you. And I use like the signs on the body, like big hips means she rich. Like she got bank, she could break you off. Like big chest means she could feed you. It's different stuff on your body that tell you like what you can offer a man. So this is how I be thinking, because like I say, most of the men, I don't think men are really attracted to attractive women, because you see attractive women online all the time talking about how it's hard for them to get a man. Because men don't care for that, because the more attractive you are, the more responsibility you are. And they don't want the responsibility. They just want to mooch and leech. So, yeah. So, me thinking like that, I'm thinking like, okay, I wasn't thinking about it until he kept doing it. Like, he kept doing it, but I just assumed he was a womanizer. Like, he just degrades women, because it's like, oh, when a man talks about a woman's body a lot, or what he'll do to her, it's because he's like, he's trying to devalue her. That's how I look at it. I felt like he was trying to devalue these women. So that's why I co-signed for him. Because before I ain't know, like he'll lead the conversation and I didn't realize that he was a womanizer. I was like, oh yeah, I like this actress. I like that movie she was in. She's a great actress. I love her. And, I follow her, da-da-da. Having basic conversation. I'm not thinking like this. But then after a while, he kept repeating it. And I'm like, dang, like in my head, you're really a womanizer. But I ain't going to tell him this because men don't see it like that. And he was one of those men who was an idiot. So, and I told you, I was just watching him. That's why a lot of times I never say anything. Like, I don't tell them my spiritual side. I don't tell them the depths of me. I don't tell them that because they don't have access to that. Now, what I do is give them a watered down, ratchet version of me so they could expect less from me. That's how I do that. Free game. So I do that. I give them the lesser, because this how you know it's something. It's kind of like how Coming to America. Remember on Coming to America when he that African prince was pretending to be poor to see which woman really liked him for him. That's kind of what the games I be playing. I be trying to see who liked me for me, right? So I don't show boast brag. I try to act like I don't have shits. Like, I tell you, like, okay, I do tell them, like, the goals that I have. But I tell them, like, a watered-down, ratchet version of the goals, right? And this is how I, like, move to determine, okay, if this guy really is for me or not, right? So now, I'm watching him now. I'm watching him before I let him in. So, and I see him, like, his character starts getting worse and worse and worse after I let him in. Mind you, we talked 6 months before we even started, like, hooking up. For real. We talked for, like, 6 months. So I guess that's when his true colors show. But I say it'd be multiple entities using these vessels. So, you know, the person you get yesterday, like when he first came, he was cooking, rubbing my booty and stuff like that, being a good boy. But after that, it's like, I guess when they get comfortable, they demons come out to play. But I was like, you know, I be telling him, I tell him calmly, like, cause he'll start getting out of pocket, like he forget, like he don't know who I am, right? So he thinking getting comfortable, thinking he could disrespect me, belittle me, and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, I'm a royal high priestess. You know, you gotta come correct. You know, I'm not talking to you this way. You can't talk to me this way. This is just common sense. But you know, they ignorant as fuck. They so damn ignorant. But after I seen that post, she talking about men will test you to see if you're jealous, so to see if they can manipulate you. And I say, well, he did several tests and it didn't work. So why would he keep going? And then on top of everything, I'm providing, making all the provisions for you. So shouldn't I be testing you to see if you're adequate for me? That's how I'm thinking. I don't know. I just think these men, ladies, don't fall for that shit. That is stupid. And I say, if a man is only coming around you to test you to see if he can manipulate you, when he just looking for a way to use you. That's all it was. And I guess that's why he kept pressing the topic. That's why he kept pressing the topic. Because I ain't take it as that. I took it as a bitch sent you here to get clout off of me. So the bitch want me to chase this hoe all around town over a man that can't even do shit for me mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially. I've been there, done that. This is like an old game for me. This is like the game. That is the whole game. The whole game is based off you chasing a hoe. And that's why every guy I go with, I tell them, for blood raw, like that be our first conversation on our first date, maybe second or third date. I give it to them blood raw. Like, this ain't that. You either like me for me, you want to have a good time, you want to be yourself, we can grow together, build a brand together, build a business together, we can do that. But, like, I ain't chasing no hoe. Like, that if you got other options, go be with that option. Because I already know who I am. I'm secure in myself. I already know what I want. If you don't know what you want, it's best that you take the lead and leave me alone and go be with what you want or what you can afford. That's how I feel. And when I say what you can afford, I ain't talking money. I'm talking character. Because a lot of people can't afford a woman with character, like a woman who is trustworthy, a woman who will look after you, a woman who won't stab you in the back, a woman who won't cheat on you, a woman won't scam you. You know, that is character. Men can't afford, a lot of these dudes can't afford character because they don't have it themselves. And I know I'm rare to none. That's why I say if you got other options, I'm not going to chase your other option. I don't care about your other option. Go be with your other option. So when you're coming around telling me about your other options and hope to like scare me from like, it's like they be trying to scare me. So, I guess scare me and make me think like, oh, I'ma lose you. Like, I'ma cry if I lose you type deal. But I'm like, dang, you ain't even build the character. You didn't even like come correct for me to be like that over you. You know, it'd be different. You were treating me with respect. You were, you know, giving the same thing, like give and take. I don't expect me out of nobody. I don't. Because I know I'm rare to none. I don't expect me from nobody. I can accept you as you are. I can be patient with you. I can grow with you. Because I know their mental is not where mine is. I know I'm accelerated mentally. I understand that. That's why I accept people as they are. But one thing about them is like they feel like because your character is so like polished, I guess, or good compared to what they do, they gotta tear you down with their words and do evil, deceitful things to like get you out of character so they can feel comfortable enough to sit next to you. And I don't like that. Like, don't try to change me because you don't meet the ticket. How about we work together and prove your character to the best of your ability? I'm not telling you to be perfect, but just be conscious. You know, if this is something you really want, you're going to be conscious enough to keep it. And this is just common sense. But like I said, these men just be using people. So they really come around to manipulate you so they can hurry up and use you for whatever you got. So I peeped that about him. But that girl was talking about a man testing you. I'm like, girl, how you gonna test somebody? You ain't even get me to test me. Like, I see if you gotta build up to testing a woman, because like you gotta show yourself worthy of that kind of test. You gotta show yourself worthy. Because look, if you not even worthy, a woman, when you test a woman like that, she's not going to give a damn. She's going to tell you to go to the other woman. And that's exactly what I told him. And he kept pushing it. He kept pushing that issue, talking about, well, I can get a girl that's this, I can get a girl. Do that. I told him millions of times. I said, well, do what you feel. Because honestly, as a friend, because I built a friendship with him. I built a bond because we talked every day. And, I thought we had a bond enough. I did tell him he was an employee, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I put you in my energy and I don't do that. So I felt like our bond was strong enough for me to be honest with you. And, I was telling you honest up front. I'm like, well, you should be with the type of woman, and I didn't even say it in a nasty way at first. The first few times I ain't say it in a nasty way. Afterwards, I was like, nigga, you got to go. You need to go be over there. Go be over there. Please. Just go find her. Whoever this girl is that your dream girl, go find her, go be with her. Please. Cause I don't need this. Like, I know my worth. I could be alone and still be great. So but I told him, I was like, if you feel like, you would thrive elsewhere, you should, we could help you get to that. You got your job now, you should save your money and, go. I be a calm, cool, collected about it. Cause I'm honest, I want you to be with who you want to be with. Cause I'm one of those people that, like I told y'all, they arrange your relationships like it's the politics. They dictate who you can talk to. So that's been my whole life story. Like, I never really got to pick a guy on my level. And when I say on my level, like mentally and spiritually and consciously, I never get that. I never meet, and if I do meet that kind of guy, like, I'm not allowed to get him because of the politics. So, I'm the type of woman, I want you to be with who you gonna thrive with. Like, if you a fuck nigga, you might need a weak ass hoe. And that's just blunt. That's blunt. I'm just being honest. You might need a weak ass hoe. That's easy to manipulate. And usually the weak ass hoes be the one that be scamming you. So, they don't be weak for you. They be weak in the mind because they be weak for a lick. That's what they be weak for. They be weak for a lick. So they find a sucker, like a sucker. So I feel like that's what he was. He was like a sucker because he was like, oh, I could use her to manipulate her. And the whole time, this old like, nah, nigga. Like, it backfires because when I say go choose her and that bitch don't want you no more because she just was in it for the lick, then you looking stupid. You looking real dumb now because you ain't once I kick you out, it ain't it. It's over. Ain't no returns. No returns. You made your decision. You was happy. You didn't. This was too much for you to bear. You ain't gonna break me to make yourself feel better. That's not what we're doing. So I need a mentally mature man who can sit next to me, who respects my mind. I want a man who can value my mind. I'm not a know-it-all at all. I'm just self-aware. I'm self-aware. But yeah, like that man on the masterclass, he was like, you could tell your friends and family all day they not programmed to hear what you're saying, right? Which I understand. I understand to overstand that. But this Queen ENT, this the new programming. But what I also understand is these bitches watch me. They clock me. They follow my every move. I'm the air they breathe. I'm breath of life. I told you they come back every month like the light bill. So they may not articulate what I'm saying, but they gonna watch me long enough, and spiritually, it's gonna flood their airwaves, and they're gonna catch on really quick because they watch me. And he's like, he said these people gonna think you're delusional when you talk spirituality and stuff like that. They're gonna think you're crazy. I say people watch delusional crazy people all the time. They get a thrill out of that because if they think you're delusional, then they think you're less than them. So people prefer to watch people who are less than them. They usually don't watch people who are better than them. And if they do, they just watching and commenting and hating, right? But the people that they think less of, they watch more because it makes them feel better about themselves. So, like, I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm taking his audience. That could be why he was hating. But talking about people, I say, but I said all that to say it's like you can't let what other people say deter you from your emotion, your message, and how, what you're doing. Because I'm getting in the rhythm of being myself. That's one thing I do know. I'm getting in the rhythm of being my very best self. And I'm just going to be myself and my audience will naturally come. That's how that game go. And even if it happens after I'm dead and gone, after I sinned, I should say, and the shit that everything that I say comes to pass, that's when the shit start booming and people wake up and be like, damn, she been saying this shit for years. Why it took the prophecy being fulfilled for us to now listen, So I said all that to say you shouldn't let what other people say stop you from your emotion. You shouldn't. And that's like that dude, he used to always talk about I can't sing. He was always picking, but he act like a little hoe. He act like a nagging ass bitch. That's why I said he must work for a girl. Like, a jealous girl who can't get to you, so she'll use a dude to get to you. Because she can only like comment and watch from a distance on like the internet. So when she find like a dude like him, she be like, oh, he got access to her. Oh, let me go talk to him so I can find out what she got going on, So he'll like repeat the shit that the hoes be saying, the shit that they can't say to my face, but they'll use him, they'll puppet him to do it. Now this ain't no shade to him, because like I said, I know men, they don't do nothing for free. They don't do nothing for free. So if his objective was to belittle me and hopes to weaken me so I could be a sucker for him, or he was just doing that as a favor for them hoes, because them hoes was breaking him off for access to me, you know? So that's how I see it. But don't let them stop you. Like, I never let him stop me. I used to joke about it all the time with him and my son. Like, when they say I can't sing, my stuff sucks. Because my son be cracking jokes about my content too. But I say, well, Britt Barbie can do it. I can do it. Y'all know Britt Barbie. Y'all need to hashtag Britt Barbie and look her up. But she went viral for that bullshit she posted. And my shit is real. And it's from the soul. So you ain't got to like it. Somebody gonna like it, ear gonna hear it, and it's gonna vibrate. Like I say, I got people watching me. The views may not say that, but I know they watching. I know they watching. They stalking and watching. So I just said all that. Say y'all, like, don't let nobody stop y'all from posting and doing your content online. Even when you go on live and you got 1 or 2 viewers, they are still watching. That's why I had this like take where they should get rid of like the views and the comments on social media, and a lot more people will start posting. I guarantee you. Like, everybody will be on all the social media platforms. Everybody will be online all day if they didn't have views and comments, because you don't know who watching you. So you just gonna post a post, and you just gonna keep posting because a lot of people stop posting based on comments and views. But if you ain't have comments and views, you'll stay consistent. And then I say, like, after every like 90 days, they start like letting you see the views and comments from the time, and you'll see all the crap that people been posting and watching about you. You be like, damn, I did this much motion in this 90 days and I didn't even know. Then now you influence, like, dang, I'm gonna keep posting, I'm gonna keep going. You see what I'm saying? Like, and like, you know how they say what you don't know will hurt you, can hurt you? Like, I feel like what you do know can hurt you, because watching those views and stuff, and waiting on comments and shares and likes, that stuff is the thing that stop you. But if you didn't know who was watching and you didn't know who was commenting, you'll do better. And I like I said, I honestly feel like this whole scam that I was in with the pirates and stuff, trying to steal my energy and lying and stuff, I say that was a gift for me. That asymmetry was one-sided knowledge. I said that was a gift. That was a gift, because it really gave me the opportunity to see people for who they really were. It gave me the opportunity to see that, these people are not for you. It gave me the opportunity to clear my space. It gave me the opportunity to work on myself and be the best version of me. And then I also took out the trash in doing so. So now that I am my best self and I've awakened to my power and my wisdom, my enlightenment, who I really am, I ain't got to be bothered with them, because they already showed their colors. So it ain't no return. That was their test to see if they could stay. But they failed the test miserably, taking advantage of what I didn't know. So I have gratitude for the asymmetry, because it really just showed, what they were adequate of doing. And all they were adequate of doing was scheming, plotting, and being jealous and hating and vindictive. So that was a gift. That was a gift, because you could see people really show their ass when you don't know nothing. And it keeps you innocent too. It keeps you out of the loop. It keeps you innocent. That's why I liked that too. Because if I probably would have known, I don't know if my ego would have got the best of me, because I'm just not egotistical. I'm too deep. So I'm not really egotistical. So I don't know if my ego would have got the best of me. Like, because I just don't see the reason why I say this. Because, like, let's say Like, I got all the stuff, like the cars. I got the car. I got the house. I'm family oriented woman. So if I had those things, I would share it with my friends and family. You know, like if I'm gifted, like back then though, this was back then. Like if I had got me a new crib, pool, because I used to talk about my friends would talk to, like we used to manifest together in my old little house. We used to manifest all the time together, like the future. Like I said, y'all, we gonna be on Love and Hip Hop. We just I used to be like that one. I was that one, like, y'all, we gonna be famous and grow. When I get paid, we finna go shopping. Like, I'm that friend. I say, I'm gonna apply us all out. We getting flown out. We going to Miami. I was that friend. Like, I'm that one. But I always said, I'm gonna take care of y'all. We all gonna eat off this deal, right? I used to tell them this all the time. I used to tell my coworkers at work, girl, that's what we doing. Like, we be making plans. Like, we all gonna go get BBLs. We finna be baddies. Like, I was that friend. I was that friend. So I just don't see, like, for me, I would have shared it with my friends. Like, if I would have had all that, like, if I had, and I've always been like, even when I had a raggedy car, like, my friend called me, oh, I need a ride from work, or I'm bored. Okay, I'm scooping you. We finna slide. You know, that type of deal. So I don't think ego would have been it. But their jealousy probably would have messed up my game room. So I'm glad like the asymmetry happened because it got them out the way before I got my big gift. And that way, you stick by yourself, you're going to keep thriving and growing in your gifts. You don't need the dead weight. Because, a lot of these bitches can't go where you're going because they're not mentally, spiritually, or physically adequate to maintain what you're about to get granted. That's why I say I'm going to test you with a little to see what you're going to do with a lot. So I had to isolate with my little to gain a lot. And so I have gratitude for that whole asymmetry, like that one-sided scam, like where they knew everything and I didn't know nothing, because it really like got the dirt. It took the trash out. That's what it did. It cleaned my house. It cleaned up. It got everybody from around me who wasn't going to be there to see the mountaintop. And so that I have gratitude for that. And I have gratitude for being resilient, staying true to myself, true to my vision. I have gratitude for just being myself. And it took me a long time to get comfortable with being myself. Because I was doing this before, like, before they did those spiritual attacks on my mind. I was out by the pool. I had a condo and I had a pool. And I used to have my friends out there. We be eating crab legs. I be like, recording our outfits. We had the babies out there. We just be having a good time, like relaxing girl talk. I be giving financial advice. Girl, this how you buy your first house. You need to get a solid partner. I was that friend. So, all that manifestation with those friends, like my day ones for real. My day ones for real. Those powerful manifestations came to pass. But one thing about it, my day ones already knew what I was saying was the truth. But one thing I love about my day ones, my real two solid day ones, they always told me, like, one of them told me, like, girl, that shit don't go like that. She did tell me. That's why I got that theory about, it ain't no getting out the hood unless you getting a new assignment. Because she did tell me that. This how that game worked. Because the politics, she knew the politics involved. Because it's asymmetry. So she already knew the game. She already knew what they was plotting and scheming on me. So it's politics. It's whatever they vote for you to have, you'll have. That's the type of time they on. So I heard her when she said that. But she didn't deter me, because she didn't deter me from like my main goal was to always get a house, like a nice house, granite countertop. She already knew that. And she was like, she never deterred me from that vision. I give her that. She never deterred me from that. She like, girl, you got your house with the granite countertops yet? I say, not yet, girl. We still working on it. But on her and my favorite cousin used to always tell me, like, they was the ones who knew I was gonna be something. So they did let me know that what I was saying was true. I was on target. They did tell me that. But I have gratitude though, because we did some powerful manifestations, in our with our time together, our girl time. So I have gratitude for the asymmetry because it really showed me the real ones. But like I say, when your back against the wall, the devil come to collect. Everybody turn their back on you. So that was their test to see if they can enjoy that with me. You know, we enjoyed the stuff we had back then. We enjoyed even from my little house. Like I had this little 750 square feet little duplex. They was with me in that. Then I got the condo. They was with me in that. In fact, they been with me since day one. They been with me since my mama house for real. So them like my top two, but they got tested. And the universe knows your heart. They know your heart. They know your soul. They know where your heart at. So I felt like they got tested first. So the devil came to collect them first because they was the two that I was really closest to. So they didn't pass the test, so the universe got them out the way, which is a shame because they like really helped me get here. But I was being myself back then with them, and then I had that attack on my mind. I went crazy. And after that, I like went silent. It's like, you know how something take your soul, like take your heart, like suck your soul out? That's what happened. I felt like somebody sucked out my soul, so I just went silent. And then, but I didn't go silent that long. Then I met a guy, and he took advantage because he was a part of the asymmetry scam. And he would have been okay, but, like I said, they work for these bitches. They work to put their hoes on, so he was on that type of time. But what happened was, I think I went and applied for a new job in like a bigger space with more people, and that's when I started breaking out of my shell again, because I was back in the office. Like before, I worked in a small office. It was just me by myself all day, and I worked with my clients. I enjoyed that though. It was peaceful, and it helped me find myself again slowly. Like I listened to my music. I had my little routine going. It was good. The vibe was right. I was just going through a lot because they took my child from me, my son from me. It was just a mess. But I was slowly like getting back into the rhythm of who I was. And then I took another job back in the office with a lot of people. And that's when I broke out my shell and started being myself again. I was doing content. I was doing content at the house. That's when I started my little talk show and stuff like that. And then, of course, like I said, they tax you. If they can't eat off of it, they shut it down. So that's exactly what they did. They shut it down. And then when they shut that down, I'm trying to think what I was doing. I was still doing content. Even when they attempted to shut it down, I restarted my platform. I was working out every day. I was doing my stuff with NBA Young J. I never stop. I never die. I can't even give it. Like, people be on here expecting a sad sob story from me. You never gonna get that because I'm too resilient. I got a soul for real. So it's like, you could you could hit me right now with that kettlebell. I'm gonna get right back up in less than a second like nothing happened and keep talking. That's the type of shit I am. Like, I don't die. I never die. I never die. I'm never down. I'm never bad. It never happens like that. I got too much soul. I got too much spirit. I got too much resilience. I'm relentless with this. My gifts are relentless. They're going to come out. And it's like when they try to make me feel bad and they try to beat me down, it get worse on them because the gifts come out back to back to back, and then we go on fire. It's like all the hate is just ammo. It fuels the vision. All the hate fuels the vision. It fuels the vision. All they do is fuel the vision. And I guess that's the method to the madness. You need the hate. You need the anxiety. You need the pressure, because pressure makes diamonds. Pressure makes diamonds. That's how they go. They just apply pressure and I come back stronger and better and wiser and faster, more enlightened, more intelligent, more graceful, more peaceful. I'm just like, it's like they give you superpowers. Well, every time they hate on you, they're giving you because I guess that's how they feed you your energy. You know how they say, like back in the day, I used to go to church, but in church, the pastor said, if they can control your mood, they is your God. If they can control your energy, they is your God. So I remember what he said when he said that whoever controls your energy is your God, right? So I'm thinking that message was for me. Like, I shouldn't let like my circumstances or other people control my energy. They were doing that for a while. They weren't really doing, they were mind fucking me, just aggravate, like sending spiritual warfare, like attacks on the mind. And when I say, and I have to break this down to y'all, attacks on the mind are like insecurities, anxieties, thinking that what you can't do, limiting beliefs, things like that. So I'm gonna break it down for y'all, because y'all probably say, what is that? Attacks on the mind. That's all that means. So like, let's say you want to do something and you're scared to do it. That's like, that's an attack on your mind. Like, I want to go do the hair school, but you can't go to hair school. You don't have enough money for it. You don't have a ride to hair school. You're not gonna, nobody's gonna like you at hair school. Nobody's gonna like your hairstyles. Those are attacks on your mind. So all those thoughts that come in your head of why you can't do it, that's an attack on your mind. So I had to break that down for y'all. So gratitude for that man talking about they don't go understand. I had to break it down what in real life terms for y'all to get it. But those are like attacks on your mind. But like, you know, sometimes a lot of y'all social. So for me, it's an attack on my mind, because it's just me. Like, y'all seen that movie Inside Out? I think that's what it's called, Inside Out. Is it called Inside Out? I think it is Inside Out, where the girl, she got all them people, all them little things talking in her brain, telling her how to move. That's how it's kind of like. That's exactly what it's like. But some of y'all actually social. See, I don't have no friends. I don't talk to nobody. So they would have to operate through my mind. Because if it'd be different now, if you're around your friends, let's say you're around one of your homegirls, and you know your homegirl, they be, a lot of times them hoes be jealous. That's why I say I only had 2 real day ones who was really about their life for me. Like, who really like told me what time it was. Like, they knew it was in me. And, you know, they weren't scared to tell me the truth about that. I do. Maybe they, because they thought they was going to be at the end eating with me off of that. Or maybe they knew, okay, we know where you're going to be. We going to eat off of it in the background because we plotting on you. Like that type of deal. Who knows? But they kept it 100. That's why I called them my day ones. Like, I love them hoes. Like, them was my favorite besties. Like, for real. They helped me manifest my reality. But like, if you have friends, like if you are around a lot of girls or people, period, or your boyfriends, sometimes it be y'all boyfriends doing this to y'all. Let's say, you know, you got one of them boyfriends who like to control you. He don't want you to be better than him. This happens to a lot of girls. Like, he don't want you to be, let's say you his house girlfriend, you just stay in the house all day and wait on him hand and foot. And you come to him one day and say, I want to go to hair school. And he gonna be like, bitch, you can't do hair. I'm just being real. This is how niggas talk. Bitch, you can't do hair. Oh, you can't do shit. You ain't nothing. Like that type of deal. That is attacks on your mind. They'll use people, like the enemy will use people around you to do it, or your parents. Sometimes it's your grandparents, especially old people. Old people quick to tell you, oh girl, you better off getting a job. Girl, you better off waiting on your 401k and retiring. You know. Oh, people tell you shit like that, like, you entrepreneur, what, how are you going to pay your bills? Like, they ain't going to help you. Or I want to try something new. Like, the people around you is going to be the ones to tell you no first. So you got to tell yourself yes and don't tell nobody else. That's how you got to train your mind to be strong. You got to have a sound mind. That's where meditation comes in. You can exercise, walk. Walking helps with that. It helps stimulate the mind, and it gives you confidence. It boosts your brain, the blood flow and the oxygen through your brain. So it helps you build confidence in yourself, where you don't have to answer to nobody. You got to tell yourself yes. You ain't got to tell nobody else your next move. You tell yourself yes. And a lot of times, like, for example, me, like, going to hair school is like transportation. So, you know, if you got to get your peoples involved, like, you got to ask your boyfriend, you got to ask your family for the ride, or you got to catch the bus, you know. Me, I'm always going to pick the bus first. They say I'm hyper independent, but I have to, because if you tell people what you're working on, they will sabotage you intentionally, because they know your greatness. They don't want you to do better than them. They're evil. They're evil as hell. Because it's like demons work for them. Like, the demons be in their mind already, and they already bitter. They already sick. They probably not exercising. They probably not meditating. They probably not working on their gifts. So they already bitter and angry and frustrated. So the last thing they need is somebody who vibrant, with intention, with hope, with you know, something like a light in them that says, you know, I want to try and transition and make something happen for myself. The last thing they need is to see that or hear that, because that demon already on their back from all the shit that they going through. So the first thing, they may not even do it intentionally or knowingly, but they already pissed off with themselves. The first thing they gonna say is some bitter, evil shit to deter you from your vision. So that's how I be like, I'm gonna just catch the bus. Like, if anything, the most I'm gonna tell you is, bitch, I need a bus pass. That's all I'ma say. I need a bus pass. I ain't gonna say shit else. I need a bus pass. I ain't gonna tell you shit, because I don't need that. Like, and then when people speak life into this, like, people can speak life into destroying you. Like, when you speak, it activates like a manifestation. So if they say you can't do it, like, they're speaking life into disrupting what you want to do. And then that's when the mind, that's like spiritual warfare, because when they say it with their mouth, it penetrates your thoughts, and subconsciously it flows through the back of your mind. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And next thing you know, you're talking yourself out of it. So I encourage you. I'm a DIY girly. I know they say, oh, you're hyper independent. You're strong. You will build your strength being hyper independent. It's okay to ask for help sometimes, but like I said, the most help I was willing to ask for was a bus pass. You might even go the extra mile to get some money for a lift, if that's the case. But if you're seriously passionate about it and you're already going back and forth with yourself, you do not need nobody else to speak any life onto your vision. You just got to act on it. You got to take that risk. And maybe like 6 months down the line, when you about to graduate, then you might tell them. I wouldn't tell their ass shit, because bitches be mad that you actually accomplished something. So I will wait till I get my certification, my job, move out. I'm telling y'all the game. I'm telling this for everybody, man or female, guys too, because a lot of times it be their mamas telling them what they can't do. These be grown ass men letting their mamas dictate their life, dictate their destiny. If like me, a man, he say, I might want to be a nurse. He might have a mother who's like, I don't want a son who's a nurse. Like, you see what I'm saying? Simple stuff. You be making your, you know, bands, you know, making good money as a nurse. Be able to afford your own house, your own car, doing very well in life. But bitches just be mad because they can't puppet you or control you. So they gonna tell you evil shit to deter you from being your very best self. So I just encourage you, DIY, like that whole, and then when they pick on you for being hyper independent, they just mad because you not begging them for shit. Like, they can't tax you for some shit that you did on their own. See, if they help you, it's an excuse for them to tax you later for it. Like, they can always throw in your face, remember I helped you get back and forth to beauty school? That type of shit. It's like a tax. It's a spiritual tax they're putting on your back. This is why they nag people who are hyper independent, because they can't eat off of hyper independence. They can only eat off people who are needy and dependent. That's how the whole government work. They bank on you being dependent so you can always come back to them so they can own you. That's how the game go. So don't let people get in your head. Don't let people play in your face. Do it yourself. Make a way out of no way for yourself. And that's why I like when if you strip me, they try to strip me of everything. And I'm happy they did, because I still show up every day for myself. I learned to do my own hair. I learned to do my own nails. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned to depend on me. I found other ways to get what I needed. So I've always been there. I've just always been that way since a child. It just, that whole pulling from me, that's why I thought that was a joke. Because I said, you do know I was in the projects raising a child by myself, going to school and going to work. Like, this shit here, this peanuts to me. Y'all really don't know I've been out here for real. Like, y'all, that was a joke. That was a joke to me. Like, oh, we gonna just strip her of everything and so she could depend on us. Bitch, I don't even know you to depend on you. And I've been there, done that. And even, like, people think, like, they see your car, they see your house, they think you really got it like that. But have y'all ever heard of people being house poor? House poor is when you got everything, but all you can afford to do is sit in the house. You can probably pay for occasional rendezvous here and there, but you really ain't got it like that. That's why I say, for me, it ain't no difference. Like, being an entrepreneur and employee is the same shit to me. The only difference is, you don't need the money for the shit. Like, when you you need a house to go bathe, right? You need a car to get back and forth to work. You need gas to get back and forth to work. All your money going to your job. You eliminate the job, you don't need all that extra money. The extra money was to maintain the job, your health care. You're unhealthy because of the job. So you got to pay health insurance to keep yourself healthy enough to go to work. But you eliminate the job, the health scares go away. You more healthy. You got more time to work on you. You ain't got to pay for your hair. Cause the whole purpose of paying to get your hair done is get it done in timely fashion so you can get to work. Like doing your own hair might take longer. You ain't got time to, love on your hair like, the stylist can do in a quick minute. So you have to get it done quick because you got other things to do to prepare for work. But you eliminate that, you don't need it. Like all the money that you make from your job is to maintain your job. The attire, the work clothes, the hair, the nails, the shoes, the gas, the groceries, because you eat more when you work because you be like hungry from the mental, and burning calories all day working. So you be a lot more hungry. So you spend more money eating out. And then sometimes you get home, you don't have time to cook because you just be trying to get ready for the next day. So you spend more money on takeout. It just costs. It costs to go to work. It costs. So the money they're paying you is the money they're paying you to be presentable and ready to work for them. So if you take away all that, you don't really need nothing. All you got is you and your vision. You can work on that from scratch with your hands, DIY. There you go. So that's why it's like them trying to take everything from me, so-called, quote unquote, trying to strip me into submission. I say, this is a joke. Because I'm like, y'all really don't like, that's why I say they got a poor mindset. They act real poor. That's why I say I got an old money box because I don't touch money, but I actually have to spend it. I actually have to pay bills. So like money, like when men flaunt money, I say, nigga, I pay rent, light, water, gas, insurance. Like, you know what I'm saying? That money is a joke to me. Which I'm supposed to buy an outfit and submit to you. Like, I'm sorry. I to each his own. I ain't knocking you if you do it, but like, the money you got ain't getting what I desire. So therefore, I'm not going to waste my time and make you a god to me and let you manipulate me for these little measly couple dollars. It's not. That's what they be trying to do. Like they be trying to be your God with that little bit of money. And I say, how you gonna be my God and you can't even provide me a place to stay? You can't keep my lights on. You can't keep my water running. You can't give me a car. You can't put gas in it. You can't fuel it. You can't sponsor my vision. You can't do none of that. I could do that on my own with my own fucking job, nigga. Like this is a joke, right? But like I said, they act like they never had nothing. Like they never had nothing. Cause like it's a lot of stuff I've never had, but I just, like I said, even when I was in the PJs, I still had motion. So I just don't like that whole I'ma strip you of everything. I say, y'all really don't know I get it out the mud. Y'all really don't know I get it out the mud for real. Like y'all silly. Like y'all silly. Y'all think this couple of dollars gonna make me sell my soul to you, nigga? Like, anyway. But like I said, like they say I got like an old money mentality. Like I'm used to money. But it's not that. I am the money. My wisdom, my integrity, my enlightenment is the money. Like I'm too wise for that game. I feel like you could probably they couldn't even run that game on me because I was 18 years old when I stayed in the PJs. And I ain't never let no man do me like that. So I don't get it. But like I said, they're very poor. They're poor mind, body, and spirit. Like they spiritually poor. Like they think they're nothing. So if they already know they nothing, they think nothing is something. So that's my takeaway on that. But I said all that to say, y'all don't let people to tell y'all from y'all vision. Like, get people out your ear. If you got to isolate, keep it to yourself. That was the hardest lesson I had to learn. But, gratitude, because, it really showed me. I guess I be calling them my friends, but I really believe they knew what I was going to get. And they knew in the background they was doing dirty deals so they could eat off of that, So that could be it. But keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Manifest by yourself. And if you can do it by yourself, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. But honestly, you gain your most strength when you do it yourself. Because then you become dependent on yourself. You don't want to train your mind or body to feel like you have to be codependent on anyone. You find your greatest powers when you work on yourself and do it yourself. Because then you know what you really adequate of. You'll never know what you adequate of until you do it yourself. So that's like me. I want my hair done or something. Like when they tried to strip me of everything, quote unquote, strip me of everything. Like I said, they don't know I got it out the mud. It's like they outsiders looking in, like they're poor. They spiritually poor because I guess they judge a book by its cover. And like I said, it's asymmetry. So they already know like what's going to happen for you, but they don't know what's happening for you is only on the terms of you learning how to maintain your wealth, which is your mind, body, and spirit. That's when the universe, when you maintain the wealth that we already gave you that's in you, then we can grant you with those gifts, the material wealth. So it's like they already see the material wealth. I think that's what it was. They was like, oh, we know she gonna have material wealth, so maybe we can. I don't know. I don't know. But I never had material wealth. I've always just had me and the things that I needed to get by. You know, the essentials for me anyway. I'm learning that their essentials is not the same as my essentials. But but I want to say like they don't see they can't see past the looks. Like they just see, oh, this a rich girl. That's all they see, and they only consider me a rich girl. I see what they're saying. They do know spiritually rich. They do know what that means. You know, that man trying to play me, but they do know what spiritually rich is. Because spiritually rich is when you have a mind, like you can think for yourself. That's why I told you these ninjas don't even waste their time talking to me. That's why they get straight to the scam. They don't even try to play in my face because they know they're not mentally adequate to meet me where I'm at. So that's why they hurry up and try to rush the scam. That's why I say as soon as I talk to them, they run back to the superiors and be like, oh yeah, she's stuck on me. I'm her man, this and that. I got the ability to manipulate her so they can get the gains off of me, right? Because they already know that I ain't gonna be with it. So if they can hurry up and get it on the front end, they ain't worried about the back end because they know they wasn't gonna make it on the back end. That's how that go. But they do know, like they know when you're smart. That makes you rich because you can't get played like these other girls. Like these other girls, like I said, they weak for validation. They weak for attention. They weak for like notoriety or fame. Like that makes them like they're poor. But when you got a girl who's smart and light and she already knows she's powerful, like, I know I can do it on my own. I know I can work from scratch. I know I can manifest my reality. I know that. And they see you exercise, she reads, she writes. Like, this ain't no regular ass hoe off the corner. This is somebody. Your energy screams you are somebody. That's what it is. So they do know what spiritual rich is. They do know what that means. And that's why they be playing, and that's why they do that. That's why they act like that. They act so poor. But that's why they act like that. So they do know. But I guess I be getting frustrated because it's like I don't know, but they know I'm not one of them girls they could play with. Cause like I said, if I was weak for fame, weak for attention, weak for notoriety, or insecure with myself where I didn't think I could do it on my own, then you could be like, oh, I'm gonna strip everything from her, and then she gonna let me puppet and manipulate her whole life for $40. That's the type of shit they be on, because they so used to girls who are like that. They so used to girls who like that. So they I'm like, why would you think stripping me was gonna make me submit to you for $40? I don't know, but I guess they call themselves trying to pimp slap me to be like one of them. But I'm like, nah, bitch. I'll go without, because I know for a fact I don't need food. My body provides its own nutrition. I know for a fact I could sit in here and learn how to do my own hair. I know for a fact that I could exercise all day if I get bored. Like, this ain't a game for me. Like, I know who I am. I'm a rich girl. I'm a very rich girl. I see what they're saying. That's why they call me rich girl, white girl. Because I'm rich. Like, these girls don't have that mindset. It's like, exercise. What the hell is that? And $40. Oh, girl. Yeah, we going to gyros. Call that, girl, I got $40. We got gyros. Like, that type of deal. They be on that. And Queen, like, I could go, and I don't even like greasy food like that. So, like, I like fruit. See, a banana could buy me, but they would rather give you the $40 and feel like they own you than get you the stuff that you actually value, like a bowl of fruit. The simple things. They're so idiot. They're so mediocre, but they know the simple things require maintenance, right? Because the simple things require substance. They don't have substance, so they rather just give you the $40. So that's how I go. I understand now. So they do know what's going on. They well do. But I guess the witches, it's like, I guess whatever lie was told to the witches, either that or the witches are just very incompetent. And they're very like, egotistical, and they seek validation like they expected me from them. Like, you know how they say you can't expect you from you? That was the message for the witches, because they were expecting themselves from me. Like, if you strip them of everything, they gonna run around crying, begging for rides, asking for $40. You strip me of everything, this bitch gonna catch the bus and do some job applications, or like start a business, or go exercise, or, you know, go look at fruit, sightseeing, take pictures. Like, she gonna do something productive with her time. She's not gonna cry over no nigga. She gonna find out what else she's capable of. But you do, like the witches who set this scam up, they dumbasses will do some shit like that. They'll be crying and wondering how they gonna make it, like, you know, because they're not gifted. They don't have no gifts. I guess that's a curse on them. When you wicked like that, you're not enlightened enough to find the gifts within you. And 9 times out of 10, they don't have gifts because they desolate land. They're empty. They're shallow. They're hollow. They're empty. So they don't have nothing in them. So if they were put in my shoes, they couldn't do what I do. So when I did what I did with what I had, they were pissed. Because it's like, how dare she have integrity? How dare she depend on herself? How dare she learn to work with what she has? How dare she still look great and beautiful with nothing? How dare she still be enlightened? How dare she go to school? How dare she? That's the type of shit they was on. They was psychos. But anyway, but like I said, they brought me here on this paddy wagon. But I think, you know, I know why I was put here on this paddy wagon, because they needed me to see for firsthand, like, the why behind the why you are superior. But Queen Auntie, Trinity Señora, y'all comment, like, share, subscribe. More content coming soon. So stay true to yourself. Believe in yourself. Exercise. Think things through. Meditate. Don't tell people what your next move is. You act on it. And then you find ways to act on it. Just like I gave that example. If you want to go back to school, go online. If you can't get no ride, you can go to the library. There are options. Like, I want y'all to chat GPT. Whatever your next move is, like whatever business you want to start, whatever your next adventure is, if you want to travel, whatever it is, say, hey, chat GPT, how do I go about doing this? And it's going to give you a step-by-step list. And if you want to go into extra steps, say, hey, chat GPT, how do I do this without using the resources of others? There you go. Free game. Queen will come. That will be done. Y'all like, subscribe, comment, share. Love y'all. More content coming soon. Mwah.